Assalamualaikum and hi. I will start with introduction of Songket. What is Songket? Songket is a unique woven fabric produced by weavers who have great creativity and hand skills. This is because the Songket is produced very carefully to keep the motif and patterns so they look uniform and attractive. Songket weaving is also a woven fabric that is knit or woven together with gold or silver thread. Therefore, it is very unique and very fascinating. So, what is the relation of Songket with our culture? In ancient times, before the independence of Malaya, Songket was often a benchmark of one's rank. This is said so because Songket is often worn by a royal families only. As time progressed, Songket began to be worn by the aristocracy in Malaya, and finally Songket has become Malaysia's culture heritage now. The UNESCO has also determined that Songket is listed as one of Malaysia's intangible cultural heritages. Songket is now free to be worn by anyone and is standardized with Malaysian national clothes such as baju Melayu. The origin of the Songket cannot be clearly ascertained. Some websites or journals stated that the production of Songket originates from Palembang. But with the creativity and the fine arts of the Chinese Songket technique, the Malays also gained knowledge about this technique. Then, this technique was also reinforced by the presence of metallic materials such as gold and silver brought from the Middle East such as Persia, Turkey, and India. The functions of Songket can be used as decorative addition to clothing. Songket also very famous in fashion world. Songket also can be made as souvenirs, and Songket also can be a special design, such as interior design. This is Songket that we use in our assignment, with length 96 cm and width 91 cm.
Hello everyone, my name is Kausalyaa and my matrix number is D20201093F53.
Hello everyone, we'll present about the geometrical shapes. Songket consists of different shapes and its pattern. In this part, we will discuss about the shape that has on our Songket one by one. The first shape that we can find in our Songket is square. Square is one type of rectangle which has two congruent adjacent sides and all of its sides are congruent. Square is parallelogram, so its opposite sides are parallel. Square has four right angles which are 90 degrees or pi over 2 radian angles, and its diagonals are congruent or perpendicular. The figure 1 shows the square ABCD has four congruent lengths of sides. Then, we can calculate the area of square by using formula A equal to E squared, where E is the length of sides of a square. The second shape is rectangle. Rectangle is a parallelogram which has a right angle and all angles are right angles. Diagonal of rectangle are congruent. Figure 2 shows the rectangle RSTQ has its length and width. Then, we can calculate the area of a rectangle by using formula A equal to BH, where B is the length of the base and H is the altitude of length of a rectangle. The third shape is triangle. Triangle is a union of three line segments which determined by three collinear points. From the table 1, there are two ways to classify the triangles which are by its congruent sides or angles. Classification of triangle by its congruent sides have scalene triangle, isosceles triangle, and equilateral triangle, while by its angle have acute triangle, obtuse triangle, right triangle, and equiangular triangle. Then, we can calculate the area of triangle by using formula A equal to 1 over 2 BH, where B is the length of base and H is the corresponding altitude of length of triangle. While for the right triangle is A equal to 1 over 2 AB, where A and B are the lengths of length of a triangle. Lastly, the fourth shape that we can find in our Songket is rhombus. Rhombus is a parallelogram which has congruent adjacent sides and all of its sides are also congruent. Diagonal of rhombus are perpendicular by sides of each other. Figure 4 shows the rhombus ABCD with diagonal which are line segments of AC and BD. Then, we can calculate the area of rhombus by using formula A equal to 1 over 2 D1 D2, where D1 D2 is the length of the diagonals of a rhombus. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Amin bin Sabri and my metric number is D202020965557 and My course is AT14 ISMP Mathematics with Honor.
I will explain to all of you about the concept of geometrical shapes applied to the songket. So our measurement of our songket have 4 elements of measurement, which is length, width, perimeter, and area. So the length of the songket is 96 centimeter. The width of songket is 81 centimeters. So the perimeter of the songket is 354 cms, and the area of the whole songket is 7,776 centimeter square. Basically, the shape that consists of the songket motif is square. Commonly, the square have opposite sides of square patterns are parallel, with all sides being equal. Then the diagonals bisect each other at 90-degree or right angles. This is one of the properties of square that makes it different from rectangles. Each diagonal divides the square into 2 congruent isosceles right angle triangle. Rectangle is a 4-sided polygon with opposite sides parallel to each other. Opposite sides are parallel and equal in length, which means the opposite sides is congruent each other, and the diagonal bisect each other. Next, obtuse triangle. The obtuse triangle have 2 base angles that's equal in measure, which is congruent. The altitude from vertex A to the base BC is perpendicular bisector of the base BC. The altitude from vertex A to base BC is the angle bisector of vertex angle A. Rhombus. The opposite sides of a rhombus are parallel. The opposite angle of a rhombus are equal, and the opposite angles diagonal bisects the interior angle of the rhombus. The sum of the adjacent angles is equal to 180 degrees. Next, I will explain about applied concept. We assume that every side's length of square are 2 cms. Based on the theorem 8.1.2 that we have learned in topic 8, the area of square, the area A square whose the sides of length, which is E, is given by A equal to E square, and then therefore the area of the square patterns are 4 cm square. Next, the perimeter can be defined as path of the boundary surrounds a shape. Hence, the perimeter of square is the sum of 8 cm. Next, rectangle. The area of rectangle by theorem 8.1.1 say that area of a rectangle A, which a base length B and altitude of length given by H equal to A equal to BH, and therefore the area of the rectangle shape in Songket equal to A equal to 2.7 cm times 1.5 cm equal to 4.05 cm square. Then the rectangle shape and the square are polygon that have 2 diagonals. The diagonals of them intersect at point E and become the midpoint and also bisector. They divide 2 congruent line segments. Each divide 2 congruent line segments each other, which is DE congruent to EB and AE congruent to EC. The perimeter of rectangle is the sum of line AB plus BC plus CD plus AD equal to 4 cm. Obtuse triangle. The area of obtuse triangles with base length B and the corresponding altitude of length given by A equal to half BH, which is we get when we insert into the formula, we get the answers equal to 2.5300 cm square, and the perimeter of the obtuse triangles is the sum of line AB, BC is and AC, which is 3.7 cm. According to the figure, we can conclude that the obtuse triangle have 2 congruent legs, which is equal in measure and 1 angle of obtuse triangles between 80 degree and 180 degree, and the rays of base angles are congruent each other. Based on the polygon concept, the total angles measure of the triangles is 180 according to the formula. To find the sum of interior angle, which is n minus 2 times 180, where n is the number of sides of polygon. Thus, the area of rhombus whose diagonals have length D1 and D2 is given by the formula half of D1 and D2. According to our measurements, the length of diagonals 1 and diagonals 2 is 0.6 and 0.8 cm respectively. Therefore, the area investigated rhombus shape in the Songket is 0.24 cm square. And by using the Pythagoras theorems, we can find the length of sides of which is hypotenuse of the rhombus C, which is 1 cm. By using the formula of the Pythagoras theorem, and hence we can find the perimeter of each sides of the rhombus, which is equal to 4 cm.
My name is Kausalyaa Anam from K.Suppiah. My metric number is D2020109386.
Today, I'm going to present part B, which is 2.3, that is about transformation in motifs and patterns. A transformation is a change of shape on plane or coordinate system through translation, rotation, reflection, and dilation. These are the four common types of transformation. Translation moves the figure from its original position on the coordinate plane without changing its orientation. This also means that it slides the pre-image that will result in no change in size or shape, it only changes the direction of shape. Based on BYJUS 2019, rotation means the circular movement of an object around a center. Rotation of different shape by an angle around the center point. Reflection refers to a transformation that is flip of figure that may be reflected in a point, a line, or a plane. According to Donna Roberts, dilation is a transformation that produces an image that is the same shape as the original but in a different size. Dilation that creates a larger image is called an enlargement, whereas dilation that creates a smaller image is called as reduction, in which dilations are enlargement or reduction. Figure 1 shows pattern 1. Translation of the motif is by moves of the figure from the original position, in which this means that from the initial motif it moves to a certain position with the same direction and distance. Figure 1 can be referred to as a result of a move based on figure 2 below. Each point moves 2 to the right and 2 to the down. Figure 3 can be referred as translation as well, in which moves from the original position as a result of a move based on the figure 4 below. Each point moves 2 to the right. As we can see from the figure 5, it can be referred as reflection that flip a figure that initial motif that reflected. According to figure 6, it indicates that the reflection is about y-axis. Reflection about y-axis will be result to the y coordinates remain the same, but the x coordinate will be transformed into its opposite that the sign is changed. Based on the figure 7, transformation of the motif is dilation that produces a motif of same shape but different in size. Dilation that creates a larger motif is considered as enlargement, which we can refer at figure 8. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Aina Syakirah binti Khairullah with matrix number D2021109938. As for the last part, I will be explaining the summary and the conclusion of our assignment. So as we all know, Songket comes in a variety of sizes and colors, and the time taken to complete a Songket depends on its pattern and the weaver. So the function of these geometric shapes are to complement and vary the decorations of a Songket. These shapes are either combined, repeated, connected, and arranged in a complete combination, thus becoming one of the hallmarks of art in Songket production. So based on our study, there are 4 geometric patterns that we found, which are rectangles, squares, triangles, and rhombuses. Each of these shapes has different numbers of sides, angles, and diagonals that cause the formula for each shape to be different according to their respective calculation. Also, in our Songket, there are not only various geometric shapes, but we also found 4 common transformations, which are translation, dilation, reflection, and rotation. As a conclusion, the thing that we learn from this task is humans' meticulousness in producing something. Other than Songket, there are also other races, ethnicities, and religions that use geometric shapes in their culture. The field of mathematics has long been widely used in various applications of human life, and nowadays, almost every single thing created by humans can be related to mathematics. Therefore, it is up to us to explore in more depth because there are many benefits that can be derived from the exploration of this field of mathematics. That is all from us. Thank you.